need to be put in place for our small businesses. I think there should be a forgiveness program as well, in many aspects. A forgiveness program for people who've had businesses in the past and maybe messed up along the way. And it doesn't mean that they are not able or not capable and they don't have good ideas. It just means that they messed up within the system. I think that there should be some kind of incentives for new businesses and incentives. When I say incentives, I'm not sure if I'm using the right term, but there should be programs in place to help guide people, to help help them with establishing a business, because everybody wants to establish a business, but nobody knows necessarily all the things that are involved with starting a business, And so if you ask me whether we would want to give a tax break, we want to stop giving a tax break to investors. The truth is, Lester, we have to be very careful, because they don't have to come to St. Maarten, and we have to be, we have to take into consideration that when they come here, they spend a lot of money, and I can only speak like this based on my experience that I've had in the private sector with a foreign brand flag of a company. And when they come here, they invest a lot of money. And they create a lot of jobs, and we have to be appreciative of that. And so I think a tax break for them was necessary, and it should continue to be. Maybe you can tweak it here and there that is a little more realistic if it's a burden on our government. I think.
Quick question though, concerning just say foreign investors coming in and bringing just say a whole mass of other people. What law do we have that currently protects, just say, or would help hire locals? And is there like a specific law?
Again, I don't act as if I know it all, but I am more than sure, with the little bit of knowledge I have as far as labor go, there are laws in place that says, for example, I know of some that says 80% have to be local and 20% of your employees can be foreigners with work permits, or that you apply for work permits for them to come here and work. If all companies follow that law, obviously I doubt it. And the important thing, and the thing that I've learned over my learning, getting to understand more about the laws, is it's one thing to have laws. If you don't have a proper plan and execution plan in executing those laws and making sure that the people, that there is a guide to follow in keeping those laws in place, if you don't have that with the law, it's a waste of time. And I think that's where the lack is within our system. I think we do not necessarily have execution policies in place to force people to comply with the law. Because if you have a law that says, listen, I need to employ 80% local and 20% could be foreign, and I've been trying to employ local people and they don't stay on the job, they just quit or this, and there's nothing to necessarily make sure that that law is enforced, and that's something that I want to investigate.
So is there any law that Tamara Leonard thought, if elected, I want to go in and tackle this one?
When you pay attention to the campaign trail of every political party, it's the chorus of the speeches: 6 months contract, 6 months contract, 6 months contract. Everybody talking about a 6 months contract. I've not necessarily heard anyone outside of our party speak about all they're saying is we're gonna abolish it, and okay. But I think, what are you going to? Well, so what are you gonna do? I think if Tamara Leonard had her way, a law that I would propose after to do away with the 6 months contract is a hire at will law. And basically what that means is that you hire an employee, they get a 2 month trial period if so, and after that they're in a permanent position, if that's the right term to use, because indefinite and permanent, I'm not sure are the correct words to use, but for sure in some kind of position where you are in a permanent position where our people can go to the banks and get loans. I believe that if we position our people in a way where they realize, well, this company just hired me permanent, they don't even know me. I'm going to be excited to go to work, and I'm going to do what I have to do, because guess what? After 2 months, suddenly I can go, look, if I depend on your salary, I could get a small loan. All you need to do is get one loan, Get one very small loan. Buy a computer if you want. $3,000, buy whatever you need. $3,000. Get a loan for $3,000. And you pay that bank back his money on time, every month, as requested in that contract. And the respect you will get from that bank is unbelievable. And with that, then you're positioning your people differently. So a law that says hire them in a permanent position faster will motivate our people to work, but there needs to be a spin-off for the employer to protect them. And that also means you fire at the same will. You hire at will, you fire at will. You understand? So that means our people are going to be encouraged to do what they have to do.
So I'll throw you a little curveball right here. I'm Minister of Justice. Also spoke with, Minister of Economic Affairs. We decided decriminalization of marijuana was a good thing. You as an MP, what would you think? What's your stance?
You can't please all of the people all of the time. I know of a good few people that will not necessarily agree with me, but again, I can only please some of the people some of the time, and I have to be honest with myself. I have to be true to what I believe and how it will affect the country. And I like how you term it with a nice fancy word you had there, but I just call it disarming the criminal. When you take away because I mean it's become marijuana is really it has a great influence in our crime situation, and it's something that I will examine and look for every way. I mean, and the day when you need to know about it, different places in America now has legalized it. In Holland, we are part of a kingdom that it is legalized, and there are rules in place for different things. I am one of those people that would be pro legalizing marijuana because there is some positive spin-off from it medically. I have a personal problem with marijuana that I've never taken a toke of marijuana, and I shotgun marijuana. All of my friends who I know that use marijuana know that I don't like. I have a personal vendetta with marijuana. I believe it is the cause of my brother's death, and I put that in my head, and you know what you put in your head, you keep in your head, and that's what it is. And I choose to be ignorant to the fact that it could have been his decision and of doing right from wrong or whatever, but that's it. So that's my personal vendetta against marijuana. But as far as making it legal, I am one of those people that would make it legal because it's going to disarm the criminal. There is positivity in it as far as medical solutions, and if you tax on it, so bring it. If you want to use it for a hub, you don't use it as a hub anyhow, but you're going to pay for it. They're going to have some customs on it now, and where it's going, to know it coming. You understand? So you get to regulate a little more of it. I will not be one of those people who will say, I'm not legalizing marijuana, and I know of some people that are not going to be happy about that. Hopefully you still vote for me and understand the big picture as far as country goes and what it can do for the country, how much revenue it can generate for the country, how much it will stop crime. I'm one of those people that say pro legalizing it with, rules like a law that is going to protect the economy, protect our tourism, protect our youth, protect our business sector. You understand? It has to have country rules.
So Brooks Tower was supposed to be a way to clean up undocumented workers on the island. What would be your plan to remedy this?
I'm going to take it a step further. We have a situation where you have students here who, their parents are illegally. They born here. They went to preschool here. They went to elementary school here. They make it straight through to high school here, and then their life ends. They ain't legal because their parents weren't legal. But where you gonna send them? Where's home? Let's just say they're from Solution. You're gonna send them Solution to who? To do what? That's not home. This is home for them. I think that Brooks Towers was a way to try to avoid some of the the illegal activity as far as hiring people and as far as living here illegally and so on. That system, I don't know if I can't sit here and tell you, well, it's failed or it's a pass or whatever, but I do realize that there's a problem within that whole system, and I'm going to go at the youth. I'm going to go at the future St. Maarten, because those students are, those students from here. You understand? Those kids are from here. They are St. Maarten. Yeah, I understand laws and all that. The parents ain't from here, so they're legal. But what do we do with situations? Because we can't ignore them. You can't act like they don't exist. Some of them are brilliant students that make it straight to high school because we got a law that says every compulsory education, so we have to educate them, and then they finish high school, well, the real high school, like a real CXC or one of the real high school diploma, even if they did the GED, and thank God for GED. you know. But even after they do that, then what happens to them? Because they can't get a scholarship, they can't get anything. What happens to those students? We have to consider them too. We have to consider them, and so I think laws need to be adjusted, or we need to put laws, different laws in place. And again, I would definitely surround myself with people who have a grasp, a vast understanding of the
Primary
law.
schools have this system that the Dutch discarded, but we picked it up. And I'm wondering why.
The cycle.
Yeah, the cycle, that's cycle one, cycle two. Why have we picked up something that was discarded?
Why St. Maarten insists to keep this system, I do not know. I should maybe speak to some of the educators on our team to be able to address that in a better way. I go straight around with you. I just want that when our students graduate from be it elementary school to go to high school, when they get in high school, once they graduate from high school, I want to know is a high school diploma. So if that's something that have to be addressed from then, in order to get this, then it needs to be addressed. Somebody sitting in a position somewhere need to be able to give account as to why it is the end result is our people, our students are not positioned for growth. Are not growth minus going through another process. Come on, man, everybody just sit 4 years or 5 years of high school and then you're done. You sit 5 years of high school here, 4 years of high school, and then you gotta go do high school again. You know, I don't know where it starts and where it ends. I don't know who started the FBE or who's going to stop it, if it's going to stop. I don't know. All I know, and I'm pretending to know everything, what I know is somebody got to address our education system. And I don't need to know it. I want to do the laws. And if I have to put a law in place to say that you can't be appointed to a position based on loyalty, you have to be able to clear this and this and this and this qualifications and understand the management of these departments, then that's what we're going to do. To force ministry to be able to force them to execute and expose our students to the education that they deserve, to expose our students to the quality of education that's what they're entitled to. It is our responsibility to position our youth for success, not position them to be doing 3 and 4 levels of high school. I mean, come on.
So speaking about culture, how do we instill patriotism?
We do not identify our heroes. We do not identify the people who are from this land, educated people, people who understands our culture, understands our history. We don't find time to highlight them. We don't highlight the junior leagues. A gentleman that I've had the luxury, and I use the word luxury because it was an honor being in his presence. I made a wealth of information. He don't speak much, but when he opened that hole in his face, the things that roll out of that tongue, let me tell you something, it's knowledge. You know, you got people like his brother Lasana Sekou, you got Leo Friday. These are people who know history, who know St. Maarten, you got a Kid Franca. We need to highlight, we need to put some attention on the people who know history, who know St. Maarten, who has been through some stuff with St. Maarten, and we need to expose them to our youth. We have to create some kind of awareness within the curriculums of our school that is going to give our children a sense of pride. You know, make our children feel proud to be St. Maarteners, be proud to see our country going. I'm not worried about who come. Who come is doing what they came to do, and the problem is with us until we start to appreciate what we have. So that when who come, they will meet what we have. They will know that we have a culture, we come from somewhere. You understand? And this way, it will change the entire population eventually to embrace the people that we have that are from this country, Dr. Claude Watty. I mean, we need these things within our curriculum.
We discuss our culture, teaching it and so forth. Now, we have many different cultures here, but I've realized integration. We aren't that integrated. The Indian community is very much separate. The Chinese community is very much separate. We have 1 or 2 Indians running on some of the parties, Chinese running on some of the parties, but there is no cohesiveness in the people. So what are your thoughts on that aspect?
I'm going to start with the Indians. I have very good friends that are Indians, and they are very cultural oriented set. You know, they are very in tune with religion, and they respect their culture and they respect each other's religious beliefs and the like. I think if we can get our students and we can get our people to embrace our religion, and I think that our people are very we embrace those that are involved. You know, I think we embrace well to ask to bring it together. I don't know what something like that would take. I just respect the fact that you have your beliefs and I go serve my God. You know, I like to respect people and what they choose to do as it pertains to your culture, because I think one of the things is we need to get more of our locals, we need to have, and I keep going back to the youth, but we need our youth to be more exposed to more of our culture. And I called some names for you earlier. You got Clara Reyes, you got Rudy Davis, you got Maarten, you got Nicole Weaver. These are people who are these are people who are into art. And I think art is, we can't say anymore that art is it's neglected, because these young ladies has brought art to another level, and I think we need to be appreciative of that, and we need to expose them more to our youth. And we, as far as culture, we need to understand a little more where we came from. And I told you, I called some names earlier, who knows. And I think that is going to help a little more with our people having a better understanding of where we come from and embracing our culture a little more. As far as this cohesion, the cohesiveness as you go, I like to respect people's religion. If you come in, that's your religion, that's your religion. As it pertains to them running on our parliamentary election, I think, and I just like to educate our people, and I've been saying it over and over, you know. I broke down just now, you know, what happens in a ministry and what kind of skills we need in the ministry, and leave it to me. And I think that if these are people that come here and naturalize Dutch, and if you're Dutch, you're Dutch. You know what I mean? And we have to respect that. We are in a potpourri of hundreds of nations living in brotherly love as one, as we say when we in Queen shows, you know. However, I believe that our people have to understand their strength. Our people have to understand the difference between our ministry and our parliament. Our people, and when I say our people, everyone with Dutch, with the ability to vote, have to be able to decide who you are going to put in your parliament to dictate laws, to implement laws that is going to determine the future of your children and their children and their children's children.
So summarize what you just said and tell me, why should people of St. Maarten vote for Tamara Leonard on August 29th?
Because Tamara has done her due diligence. Tamara has positioned herself to be able to carry myself. I position myself, and I can today proudly say, and humbly so, that I am successful thanks to the system that we have. Because let me tell you something, I had a scholarship to go to college, and I came home, and now I'm able to contribute. I was able to build a couple of successful businesses, and now my father has trusted his business to me, and that too is doing well. And my sister and I is managing those companies. Eventually my sister will manage them all, so that I can now extend myself into public office. And I am ready to serve the people. There are no ulterior motives for me. I understand the cries of the people, because I didn't just come here and talk in success now. I started from the bottom, now I'm here. And this is what, if it worked for me, and it is available to everyone that I have in my reach, it can work for the people of this country. I believe that yes, I have a new system. No, I ain't giving nobody nothing. Yes, I'm teaching you the things you need to know about your constitution. I'm teaching people the things they need to know that they didn't necessarily know about before. I'm not saying all the things that people want to hear, because people are used to receiving something for that vote and these type of things. And I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, I want to position you for growth so you can buy your own stuff. I want to position you that you can get loans and get your own cars and get your own homes. And that's what I want to do for our people. That's where I am at. I was able to do it for me and my immediate surroundings. I want to take it to another level now. Vote for Tamara, because Tamara wants to be to you what she was to herself. You see, I don't have an extra motive. I know what it is to live the desired lifestyle that I wanted to, and I would like to make that opportunity available to the people of our country. That's why you should vote for Tamara Leonard.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lester and Louis. It was definitely a pleasure.
It was truly a pleasure on our side as well. Thank you.